Thanks, guys. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Fantasy Sports Review Weather Center. I'm Amanda Walker, and it's great to be back here with all of you after a 4-year vacation down at the University of Alabama. I got a degree in broadcast journalism, saw the football team win a national championship last year, and had a lot of fun doing so. So with that, as ready as you are to start the NFL season, I think we are ready to get started with this week's weather. This weekend in Washington, D.C., we should have a pretty good weekend for the most part. Temperatures will get up ever so close to 90, but it will not be anything like the Dante Inferno-like temperatures we've had for most of this summer. And be ready for a possible thunder shower to round out the end of the weekend. Since we are featuring the World Championship of Fantasy Football this week, we may as well check out all the weather in the cities you can draft in so you can get a good idea of how the weather will be when you show up there to draft your team. This year's cities are Sin City, Las Vegas. Here on the East Coast, we have the Atlantic City if you want something where your wife and kids can go out and play while you draft away. You can go to Orlando if you are in the middle of the country. You can go to draft in the Windy City, Chicago. Let's start the WCOF weather report off with Sin City, Las Vegas. No matter what you are out there for, if it's summertime, you know it will be hot, so make sure you stay cooled off at the Moray Club in Mandalay or Bear at the Mirage. The weather in the middle of August is going to be close to the mid-hundreds, so you'll want to stay cool in that pool early and often, and make sure to tip your pool host as well. Now, let's fly back over to the East Coast and see the weather at the Atlantic City draft location will be like. It can get hot in August and September, but with some luck, this August and September, you'll get to see some really good beach weather with lots of sun and temperatures staying in the high 70s and low 80s. Heading south to Orlando, Phil's WCOF draft site of choice. In the summer, leading to fall months, you can get some pretty warm weather, and still with the temperatures in the high 80s, there will be almost always an afternoon thunderstorm that comes through around 4 p.m. and cools things off. Of course, you always have to be on the lookout for an occasional hurricane, such as a few years back when Phil was drafting down there. Our last WCOF site of the summer will take us to the Windy City in Chicago. Same place Phil will be running a marathon in Chicago this year. Some pretty good weather will be waiting for you when you arrive to draft this year, as the temperatures on draft day should be in the comfortable 80s. So enjoy yourself there and try to grab dinner at Alina if you can. Now it's time to take a minute to thank Kevin Greavy and Greavy's Sports Bar Restaurant here in Fairfax. Greavy's is the home to the best sports bars in all of Northern Virginia and should play host to your sports viewing needs. Greavy's is the best place to catch all this season's NFL action. Heck, you should just even consider holding your fantasy draft there. Greavy's is conveniently located at the corner of Gallows Road and Route 50 in Fairfax. Please stop by Greavy's and tell them that Fantasy Sports Reviews crew sent you. That will do it for this week's weather report. Thanks again for tuning in to see me. It's been a lot of fun coming back to the Weather Center, and I hope you haven't seen the last of me. Let's see what the guys can see, what they can work out with my agent. Anyways, signing off from Fantasy Sports Review Weather Center, I'm Amanda Walker. Now back to you guys.